Did you know that by 2025, a staggering 97% of global businesses will be using some form of artificial intelligence? That's not just a prediction, it's a reality that's rapidly unfolding before our eyes.
What is particularly significant is that 75% of these companies anticipate ceasing operations within 10 years if they don't include AI into their business model. It's a remarkable statistic when considering its implications.
Here's the question that keeps business leaders up at night. Will your company be among the AI-powered survivors of 2025? Or will it become another cautionary tale of digital disruption?
It's not just about survival anymore. We're talking about a complete reimagining of how businesses operate, how people work, and how value is created in our economy.
Today, we're diving deep into how AI is transforming businesses in 2025. And trust me, what you're about to hear might completely change how you think about the future of your industry. Welcome back to the AI and Tech Trends podcast, where we break down the latest developments in artificial intelligence and their real-world impact. I'm your host, and as always, we're here to help you navigate the rapidly evolving landscape of technology.
And I'm really excited about today's episode because we're tackling something that affects literally every business out there, the transformative impact of AI in 2025.
That's right. For our new listeners, our show brings you cutting-edge insights from AI experts, real-world case studies, and practical advice you can implement in your business today.
What makes this topic particularly relevant is that we're not just talking about some distant future. This is happening right now, and the changes we're seeing are absolutely unprecedented.
In today's episode, we'll be exploring how AI is revolutionizing everything from customer service to supply chain management. We'll look at concrete examples, share success stories, and most importantly, discuss what these changes mean for businesses of all sizes.
And we'll also be addressing those burning questions about implementation costs, ROI, and, the practical steps businesses can take to stay ahead of the curve.
Because let's face it, understanding AI isn't just about staying competitive anymore. It's about ensuring your business remains relevant in an increasingly AI-driven world. Today, I'm thrilled to welcome Dr. Sarah Chen, who's joining us virtually from Silicon Valley. Sarah, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to dive into this fascinating topic with you.
For our listeners who might not be familiar with your work, you've been at the forefront of AI development for over 15 years, leading AI initiatives at major tech companies, and now running your own AI consultancy. Could you tell us a bit more about your journey?
Yes. Well, I started my career actually in traditional software development, but I quickly became fascinated with machine learning back in 2008, when it was still relatively niche.
That's quite early in the field. What drew you to AI specifically?
It's funny because I was working on a project involving pattern recognition, and I just became completely captivated by the potential. The idea that machines could learn and adapt, it just blew my mind.
And since then, you've published numerous papers on AI implementation in business settings, and your recent book, AI Transformation: The Business Revolution, has become a bestseller. What motivated you to write it?
Well, I kept seeing this huge gap between what AI could do and what businesses actually understood about its potential. And I really wanted to bridge that gap, make it accessible to everyone, not just tech experts.
That's exactly why we wanted you on the show today. Your practical approach to AI implementation has helped countless businesses navigate this complex landscape. Let's dive into where we are right now with AI in business. The numbers we're seeing are absolutely staggering. According to recent industry reports, what percentage of businesses would you say are actively using AI in 2025?
Well, the latest data shows that about 85% of enterprises are now using some form of AI in their operations. That's nearly double what we saw just 3 years ago.
That's a remarkable adoption rate. What are some of the key areas where you're seeing the most impact?
So, the most significant impact we're seeing is in customer service and analytics. About 70% of companies are using AI-powered chatbots and virtual assistants. But what's really interesting is that predictive analytics has become absolutely crucial for business intelligence.
Could you break down some specific examples of how these technologies are being implemented?
Of course. Take retail, for example. Major chains are using AI to predict inventory needs with about 95% accuracy. And in manufacturing, predictive maintenance systems are reducing downtime by up to 50%.
Those are impressive metrics. What about other industries?
The financial sector is particularly interesting. About 80% of banks are using AI for fraud detection now, and they're seeing a 60% reduction in false positives. Healthcare is another big one, with AI helping to analyze patient data and improve diagnosis accuracy by around 40%.
What would you say are the most impactful AI technologies currently in use?
Well, large language models are completely transforming how businesses handle documentation and communication. Then there's computer vision, which is revolutionizing quality control in manufacturing. But perhaps the most impactful is machine learning for predictive analytics. It's helping businesses make decisions that are about 30% more accurate than traditional methods.
And how are businesses measuring the ROI on these AI implementations?
That's a great question. We're seeing average cost reductions of about 25% in operations where AI is properly implemented. But the really exciting part is that companies using AI for customer experience are reporting up to a 40% increase in customer satisfaction scores.
Let's explore some of the most transformative applications of AI that are really reshaping how businesses operate. Can you walk us through some specific examples?
Absolutely. One of the most fascinating case studies is what Walmart is doing with their supply chain. They've implemented an AI-driven system that's reduced their stockouts by 70%, while simultaneously cutting inventory costs by about 25%.
That's incredible. What specifically is the AI doing in their supply chain?
So the AI is constantly analyzing multiple data points, everything from weather patterns to local events, social media trends, and even historical sales data. It can predict demand spikes with amazing accuracy and automatically adjust orders.
Are there other notable examples from different sectors?
Oh yes, take Spotify for instance. Their AI recommendation engine now drives about 80% of all content discovery on their platform. They're processing over 100 billion data points daily to create those personalized playlists we all love.
And what about in the B2B space? How are companies using AI there?
Well, Microsoft has been doing something really interesting with their sales processes. They've implemented an AI system that analyzes sales calls in real time and provides suggestions to sales representatives. They've seen a 35% increase in close rates since implementing this technology.
These are fascinating examples. What about customer service? I know that's been a major focus area.
Absolutely. Take Delta Airlines, for example. They've implemented an AI system that can predict customer issues before they even happen. It's reduced their customer complaint rate by 45% and increased their customer satisfaction scores by 30%.
How about something in the manufacturing sector?
Yeah, Siemens has this amazing AI system in their smart factories. It's using computer vision to inspect products on the assembly line, and it's about 99.9% accurate in detecting defects. That's significantly better than human inspection, which typically achieves around 80% accuracy.
Are there any surprising applications that people might not expect?
Actually, yes. There's this interesting case of a restaurant chain that's using AI to optimize their menu pricing. The system analyzes everything from local competition to ingredient costs, weather, and even social media sentiment. They've seen their profits increase by about 25% since implementing this system.
Those examples are truly impressive, but let's address the elephant in the room. What are some of the major challenges businesses are facing when trying to adopt AI?
Well, one of the biggest challenges we're seeing is actually the skills gap. Companies are struggling to find qualified personnel who understand both the business context and AI technology. About 75% of organizations cite this as their primary obstacle.
That's a significant percentage. How are companies addressing this challenge?
So, many are taking a two-pronged approach. They're investing heavily in upskilling their existing workforce while also partnering with external AI consultants. Some companies are even creating internal AI academies to build that expertise from within.
What about data quality and privacy concerns? Those must be significant hurdles.
Oh, absolutely. Data quality is actually keeping many CEOs up at night. You know, the old saying, garbage in, garbage out, is especially true with AI. We're seeing about 60% of AI projects stall because of data quality issues.
How can businesses address these data challenges?
The key is to start with a solid data governance framework. Companies need to invest in data cleaning and validation tools and establish clear protocols for data collection and storage. And when it comes to privacy, they need to implement robust security measures and ensure compliance with regulations like GDPR.
Are there any ethical considerations that businesses need to be particularly mindful of?
Yes, definitely. Bias in AI systems is a huge concern. We've seen cases where AI systems have made discriminatory decisions in hiring or lending. Organizations need to regularly audit their AI systems for bias and ensure diverse teams are involved in development and oversight.
What about the cost factor? I imagine that's a significant barrier for many businesses.
It is, but there are actually some creative solutions emerging. Many vendors are now offering AI as a service models, making it more accessible for smaller businesses. And the ROI can be quite significant. We're seeing returns of 3 to 5 times the initial investment within the first year for well-executed projects.
Let's shift gears and look toward the future. What major AI developments do you see shaping businesses in 2025 and beyond?
Well, one of the most exciting trends we're tracking is the emergence of what we call autonomous AI systems. These are AI platforms that can actually make complex decisions without human intervention. We're predicting that by 2025, about 40% of large enterprises will have implemented some form of autonomous AI.
That's fascinating. Can you give us some specific examples of how these autonomous systems might be used?
So imagine supply chains that can completely self-optimize. They'll predict disruptions, automatically reroute shipments, and even negotiate with suppliers, all without human input. We're also seeing the rise of what we call hybrid intelligence, where AI systems actively collaborate with human teams.
How will this impact the workforce?
That's a great question. Contrary to some fears, we're actually seeing AI create more jobs than it eliminates. By 2025, AI is expected to create about 97 million new roles globally. But these jobs will be different, focusing more on AI supervision and strategic decision-making.
Are there any emerging technologies that businesses should be particularly excited about?
Oh yes. Multimodal AI is going to be huge. These are systems that can process and understand multiple types of input: text, voice, images, and even emotional cues. We're seeing early applications where AI can read a room during virtual meetings and provide real-time feedback on participant engagement.
That's incredible. What about smaller businesses? How will these developments affect them?
So we're actually seeing a democratization of AI technology. By 2025, we expect to see AI tools become as common as email software is today. Small businesses will have access to pre-trained AI models that they can customize for their specific needs without requiring extensive technical expertise.
What industries do you think will see the most dramatic changes?
Well, healthcare is definitely at the top of the list. We're looking at AI systems that can predict health issues before they become serious, personalized treatment plans, and even assist in surgery. Financial services are also going to see massive transformation with AI-driven personalized banking becoming the norm.
Now let's talk about practical steps. For businesses watching this who want to start implementing AI or expand their current capabilities, where should they begin?
Well, the first thing I always recommend is to start with a clear problem statement. Don't just implement AI because it's trendy. Look at your business processes and identify where you're experiencing the most friction or inefficiencies.
That makes a lot of sense. What would be the next step after identifying these problem areas?
The next crucial step is to conduct what we call an AI readiness assessment. This involves looking at 3 key areas: your data infrastructure, your team's capabilities, and your existing technology stack. You need to make sure you have clean, organized data before anything else.
Could you break down what a good data infrastructure looks like?
So, you want to ensure you have systems in place for collecting and storing data consistently. This means having proper databases, data cleaning protocols, and most importantly, ensuring you're collecting the right type of data for your specific use case.
What about the team aspect? Do businesses need to hire a lot of new talent?
Not necessarily. I recommend starting with upskilling your existing team first. You can invest in training programs for your current employees, but you'll probably need at least one AI specialist or consultant to guide the implementation process.
Are there any specific tools or platforms you'd recommend for businesses just starting their AI journey?
Yes, absolutely. For businesses just starting out, I'd recommend looking into low-code AI platforms like Azure AI or Google Cloud AutoML. These platforms offer pre-built solutions that can be customized to your needs without requiring deep technical expertise.
What about budgeting? How should businesses approach the financial aspect of AI implementation?
The key here is to start small and scale gradually. Begin with a pilot project that has clear ROI potential. We typically recommend allocating about 5 to 10% of your IT budget for AI initiatives initially, then scaling up based on results and learnings.
As we wrap up today's discussion, let's summarize the key insights we've covered about AI's impact on businesses in 2025. What would you say are the most crucial takeaways for our viewers?
I think the most important thing to remember is that AI isn't just a trend anymore. It's becoming absolutely essential for business survival. We've seen how companies that have embraced AI are seeing an average of 40% increase in operational efficiency.
And we've covered quite a bit about implementation strategies. Could you recap the most critical points?
Yes, definitely. The three main points are, first, start with a clear problem statement and solid data infrastructure. Second, invest in your team's AI literacy. And third, begin with small, measurable projects before scaling up.
Looking ahead to the next few years, what final thoughts would you share with our viewers about the future of AI in business?
Well, I believe we're just scratching the surface of what's possible. By 2025, we'll see AI becoming as fundamental to business operations as the internet is today. But the key to success will be maintaining that human-centric approach while leveraging AI's capabilities to enhance rather than replace human decision-making.
Those are some fantastic insights. It really puts into perspective how crucial it is for businesses to start preparing now for this AI-driven future. Well, that brings us to the end of another fascinating episode of AI and Tech Trends podcast. I want to thank all of you for joining us today for this incredible discussion about AI's transformative impact on businesses in 2025.
Yes, and thank you for having me. It's been really great sharing these insights with your audience.
If you found value in today's discussion, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue bringing you cutting-edge conversations about AI and technology.
And we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What AI technologies are you most excited about? How is your business preparing for the AI revolution?
Speaking of exciting developments, you won't want to miss our next episode. We'll be diving deep into AI's revolutionary impact on healthcare, exploring everything from AI-powered diagnostics to personalized treatment plans. We'll be joined by a leading healthcare AI researcher to discuss how artificial intelligence is literally saving lives.
Oh yes, that's going to be absolutely fascinating.
Until then, keep innovating and embracing the future of technology. This is AI and Tech Trends podcast signing off.